Fire in the hole, let's cook some ribs. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. What I got going on for you today is I've got a small rack of baby back ribs that I took the membrane off the bone side of the rib. And I've got it in my rotisserie basket because this is for Huli Huli ribs. Huli Huli is a Hawaiian term that means spin spin. And it's normally applied to chicken, because what they normally make is Huli Huli chicken, but we're going to make Huli Huli ribs. We got some Sang stir fry oil because I like Sang stir fry oil. I'm using it as the binder for my ribs. And you don't have to use a binder, you don't have to use anything if you don't want to. Now I've got some of my Rootboy Rub number 2 rub, which is not precisely what's in the Huli Huli Rub. It is everything that's in a Huli Huli Rub is in Rootboy Rub, but the Rootboy Rub also has some chili powder in it, which is not, strictly speaking, is not in the Hawaiian Huli Huli Rub. I'll put a link, or I'll put a recipe in the description for the real Hawaiian Huli Huli Rub, and you'll see that it's very similar to the that's beautiful, isn't it? It's very similar to my Rootboy Rub, except for the chili powder and maybe one or two other ingredients that's in the Huli Huli. It's not in the Huli Huli Rub. It is in my Rootboy Rub, but it's not in the Huli Huli Rub. I'm going to rub both sides and the edges of that rack of ribs, which I've taken the membrane off the bone side. Get that on there. That's some good stuff. It's going to give some good color and flavor to those ribs. Get that rubbed down, get them back on that rack. Get that rack pinned down with this basket thingy. Get that on there. Just got to squeeze it and push it down. There you go. The ribs are trapped and they're ready to go in the rotisserie. But before we do that, let's make the Huli Huli sauce for these Huli Huli ribs, so stay tuned. Okay, I got my saucepan on the fire. We start this Huli Huli sauce out with some ketchup. We need about 1/4 of a cup of ketchup in there. And that's about 1/4 of a cup. I got a cup measure here, but I'm not measuring today. And then we need some pineapple juice. We got some pineapple juice. I'm going to put a whole cup of pineapple juice in there, because that's the beauty of this sauce, is the pineapple flavor that you get from it. So we've got some ketchup and some pineapple juice in there. That's beautiful. Already it looks good. Okay, then we've got a little bit of apple cider vinegar, about 1/4 of a cup apple cider vinegar. Give it a little acidity. And we've got 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce to go in there. I should have took the restrictor out of my soy sauce, but I didn't. That's about 1/4 of a cup. Okay, so then we've got some brown sugar we need. Brown sugar, need 1/4 of a cup of that. Let me see if I can get that out of there without too much muss and fuss. Muss and fuss. 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Got that in there. Time to stir that mess a little bit. We're going to cook this sauce till it comes to a boil, and that'll dissolve all that sugar and everything. We're not done. We got some, put the soy sauce. Okay, we've got some minced garlic, about an inch of minced garlic to go in there. Okay. And that was, I'm sorry, that was ginger. This is the garlic. Got about 6 cloves of garlic minced up to go in there. Garlic. So we've got the ketchup, the apple cider vinegar, the garlic, the ginger, just to need a little bit of salt and pepper. And for that I'm just going to put some of my Rootboy Rub number 1 in there, because that's got salt, pepper, and garlic in it. Just need a little bit just to make it. It's got some other stuff in it too, but it's not going to hurt it. Not going to hurt it a bit. Okay. Yeah, that's our sauce right there. We just got to bring that to a boil, let all those flavors get together. And then what we'll do is, after we've got that thickened up a little bit, we're going to hit those ribs with it as they're cooking. So let me get the ribs on the rotisserie Huli Hulian. We'll get them Huli Hulian, and once they've cooked for about an hour, we'll come back and sauce them with the sauce. So that's the sauce. Of course, the recipe for the sauce will be in the description, along with the recipe for the rub in the description. Stay tuned. I'll show you my ribs spinning, and then we'll come back and sauce them and drink a beer and eat them. And I got a very special beer for today, so stay tuned. Okay, I got my ribs spinning on there. We're going to let them go for about an hour before we try to sauce them. We're going to check their temperature. When they get to about 165 and we get some pullback on the bone, we'll know that they're ready. They're not going to be what you call falling off the bone ribs. They're going to be the kind that you have in a competition where you got to bite them. You got to actually have teeth to eat these ribs. But anyway, you know what I always say, you just can't beat my spinning meat. And there it is, a little bit of spinning meat for you. Okay, let's let that cook for about an hour, then we'll come back and sauce them. So stay tuned. The ribs have been on for about an hour and a half. It's time to slather them with a little bit of that Huli Huli barbecue sauce. And oh boy, is that stuff good. Sweet and good. Just get them wet down with that. We'll just mop them up with that a little bit. Don't that look good? Oh man. Those ribs look good before I put the sauce on. Yeah, let's get some more of that sauce on. Let's get them spinning again. And mop them down with that sauce. Sweet, garlicky barbecue sauce. Man, look at that. I got some good pullback on the bone. It's just about time to pull these off there. Cut them up. We'll plate them up. And we'll get a taste. How's that look? They're going to baste themselves. That's the nature of the rotisserie. That's what I love about it. Got some good pullback on the bone right there. Okay, let's get these off of there. Get them plated up and take a taste. Stay tuned. Okay, the ribs are done. There's the Frosty Rootboy mug, star of the show. Here's today's beer. One of my all-time favorite beers, Bell's Hop Slam. Well, I know the light is bad right here. Hop Slam Ale. An India Pale Ale brewed with honey. And something, an interpretation of the double IPA style, best enjoyed as fresh as possible. Also, it's a seasonal beer. So you gotta catch it when it comes out, like at the end of February, the beginning of March. Like in the springtime. If you don't catch it, they will sell out of it in an instant, in a heartbeat. It's so beautiful. The honey, I guess, gives it that color. It's got the color of honey, I gotta tell you. Can you see that? I hope so. Yeah, let me look through my viewfinder and see if you can see the beautiful color of Bell's Hop Slam. One of my all-time favorite beers. I'm so lucky. In the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've had 3 of my favorite beers. And Loss is nowhere to be found. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what he's doing. He's my drinking buddy. But I might have to change drinking buddies. I might have to get a new buddy. Anyway, Hop Slam is got lots of hops, brewed with honey. Got a beautiful honey flavor and color to it. I can't wait to smell it. Oh man, it smells great. You can smell the honey and the notes of the whatever hops they use in this stuff. It's great. Lhasa, I don't know where you're at, baby, but you gotta quaff the froth off it. Wow. That is the best. I tell you what. The hops are amazing. It's amazing. Wonderful. I can't say enough good things about this beer. Double India Pale Ale brewed with honey. Bell's Hop Slam. If you can get some Bell's Hop Slam, do it. Don't wait. Alright, let me get a rib over here and get a taste of it. Man, they're looking good, aren't they? How's that look? Got a pretty good smoke ring. Got a nice tender rib. Let's get a bite of that in my mouth. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Ah, perfect bite. See it? Oh my. That is outstanding. That Huli Huli sauce really makes it good. Let me bite another one. Can't wait. Mmm. Look at that bite. Sorry. It's just really good. Ah. That's delicious, babies. Let me tell you what. That's bone-sucking good. So I got my bone-sucking good ribs, and I got my hop slam. I'm a happy camper. Anyway, you know what I always say. If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, I'm sending you to a guy whose channel name has something to do with smoke. But I can't quite remember it. I'll put the correct channel name in the iCard. I couldn't resist. I had to take another bite. So there'll be the right name in the iCard. It's smoking something. Anyway, go check out Smoking Something or whatever, and subscribe to me. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but with no more Weight Watcher recipes, babies. No more of that. I learned my lesson. They're not popular. Anyway, we may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer, and we probably won't get as good of a beer as this Hop Slam, but we'll definitely get a beer. And these ribs are awesome, delicious. They're delicious. I love them. Anyway, babies, come back next week. Bye.